Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, give my honest thoughts on how that project is being ran. And today, I'm actually pretty excited to be checking out Children of Morta, the board game. Why I'm excited? One simple reason. I was looking at it. It's co-op bag building. Anytime you do bag building, it's one of my favorite types of games, period. So, shared bag building adventure about a family of guardians standing united against corruption. Oh, it's a shared bag builder. I'm a little less excited. So I can see it's 1 to 4 players, ages 45 minutes, ages 12 plus. Little bit small to read. I might bump that up just a teeny bit. We also have 3 logos down here. I think one of those might be game trays. If that's game trays, I would totally make it larger, but it's really hard to make out those logos at all. Ahoy, I was going to ask you to review this game yesterday, but got caught up in the chat and forgot. Loved this game. I don't know what it is. I'm excited. But it's already raised, well, I don't know how much it's raised, 143%. Looking at the main image, we really need to focus on something. I can't make out any details about your box at all. I can't see if your artwork's good at all. Nothing about this image to me is exciting at all. We need to cut out one of the 3 aspects or something, because right now we're zoomed so far out on everything that it makes it hard to see really anything. So the main image really uninspiring. But as always, when you go in the video, I'm thinking 3 things. Children of Morta is one of the few video games that tie-ins that excited me. Okay, video game IP, good to know. Well, that's not Game Trace, that's some other company's logo. So it's raised $51,000, $36,000 goal, 657 backers. Let's get into this video.
In a world consumed by darkness, the corruption spreads like wildfire.
So we're going to theme, but this is based off a pre-existing IP, so I get it.
Join the Bergson family on their epic quest to save their beloved homeland from the approaching evil.
Now that's a nice little setup right there. I'm excited. That looks good. Okay.
Armed with unique abilities and steadfast resolve, they stand united against the relentless tide of darkness.
So this guy is attacking this guy right now. Hopefully they hold my hand a little bit more here on what's going on. Right now, I just feel like a lot of stuff is moving around and being spotlighted, but like I get the gist. You can upgrade, but I'd like to know a little bit more than just, you know, like, oh, boom, there's a random thing going there.
Assemble a diverse family.
So why did she... Oh, because that's her ability. Discard up to 3 tokens, and for each token, gain 1 thing. But I feel like the only reason I saw that was because I stopped the video, you know?
Each wielding unique powers and skills.
Also, the voiceover and the music level are a little bit close together than you probably want them to be. Could easily be fixed by lowering the volume or just subtitles, either way.
Bring their strength to the battle. Forge bonds with your...
So I'm assuming that if I knew all these characters, I'd be like, oh, cool, well, she did the thing like in the game where she just kills a bunch of stuff at one time. But as someone who doesn't know it, it's like, I guess I get it, but it's not really inspiring me at all. I definitely feel like if we're appealing to people right now, it is people who are fans of the IP, which is, it is what it is, but I feel like you could have easily straddled the line of appealing to non-fans of the series and fans of the series easy. And I don't feel like we're appealing to the non-fans nearly as much here.
Forge bonds with your family members as you battle hordes of enemies with unique bag-building mechanics, permanent character upgrades, and simultaneous turns.
Wow! That's huge. Honestly, I would put that somewhere in here. Simultaneous? That's very appealing to a lot of people.
Decision you make will shape the fate of the lands of Morta.
Apologies.
Join us on Kickstarter.
Honestly, this was the thing that excited me the most. I want to know more about this book. Everything else looks fine. It looks very generic. I think that's the word I'm looking for.
and become a part of the legend. Together, let us bring light to the darkness.
Now, it looks generic to me as a board game fan. I imagine if I was a video game enthusiast and not so nearly, nerdy deep into the board game world, it would look less generic because it'd be like, wow, that's way different than everything I've seen before. So this is based on an IP title, so it's not likely a huge, massive IP, but it's a very highly rated indie title. Cool. Thank you for the info on that. Okay. It was fine. I didn't think it was terrible. I didn't think it was great. I think it was somewhere in the middle. I think it definitely appealed more to fans of the series than non. A Vancouver-based game studio dedicated to crafting unique and stuffed things. Cool. So we got 2 people here, so we should have decent customer service when the project has, 658 backers. Once you add a 0 to that, maybe you want more than 2 people, but for now, totally fine. Used our organized area over here. So a Vancouver-based game studio dedicated to crafting unique and okay, so this is based off a video game, which makes me already feel comfortable with it. Why? Because if this board game, for whatever reason, doesn't happen, this is a massive black eye to them that they obviously do not want to have. So can you do it? Yeah, I'll give them a nod on that one. Do I want it? Not yet. How much is it? Don't know yet. And I don't even know the pledge levels. I'm assuming there's more than one. I hope there's not. It'd be refreshing if there's just this box. A cooperative adventure game is based off the critically acclaimed video game. A family that stays together. This is the right call when you're trying to adapt a sort of action game with roguelike elements and choose to make it a super streamlined version with really quick combat. So this just tells me that it feels like the game, but with quick combat. I don't feel like that was a great quote to start with. I also feel like maybe making that a little bit bigger, text-wise. It's not hard to read, but it's close. Why back now? Kickstarter X is not available in the retail version. All pledges come with the extras shown here. After the campaign, these extras may be available for purchase as separate items. Family Trade 15 expansion, so I do want that, absolutely. Yeah, it's not a perfect game or out of the world quality of game, but it's a very fun game to play with a few small innovative mechanics as far as I know. Well, it's on my list to check out now. I really want to get back into video games more. I think once my daughter's a little bit older, I can. More extras will be unlocked as stretch goals. Deluxe version not available in the retail version. Okay, so now we're getting the secondary version, so there is going to be 2 versions. Obviously, I want the deluxe version now. I would have mentioned this honestly in the video. Enjoy the best game experience with high-quality components, discounted price. Get the best deal and save up to $30 on the game and accessories. That seems like a reasonable amount of money to save. That's great. They're not like, oh yeah, you're saving 78%, which sometimes I see and I'm like, no, I just don't think you're not going to make me feel that way. I don't care what you show me. I'm not going to feel like I'm saving 78%. I'm going to feel like you're full of crap. Help us bring the original game's captivating tale of love and hope to whatever. Dual layered boards. So this is weird. Like we're just like, all right, here's the game, and now we're going to talk about dual layered boards. It feels like a very abrupt non sequitur, but all right. And then so it's weird. Is that part of the deluxe? Like, what? Is this supposed to be here? Because then we go to the pledge, which seems reasonable. All right, $45. Wow, I go back to that main image, and how the main image was really hard to be inspired by because it was so zoomed out on everything. Now we're talking. I put $45 front and center on this bad boy. Granted, it's the standard edition. Most people aren't going to buy the standard edition if you sell the deluxe edition well, which we're off to a decent start. I want those shiny-looking bits, especially if I'm a video game fan. 1 adventure booklet, 2 one-fold covers. Yeah, I want to see more about the adventure book and how that works. I definitely don't think that was spotlighted nearly enough. Hopefully they will later on. Dual layered boards, 50 level up cards, 40 talent cards, stuff things. Once again, we're at $45. We're not up against the price gun here. We're fine. I don't need to be convinced here. This is all icing on the cake because honestly, it looks like it's a decent value too. Looks fine. Haven't got to the shipping yet, but 45, we're in. Unrelated, but can we get a series about Kickstarter disasters you know the story of, like Holy Grail games with Rallyman, for example? I don't mean bad campaigns that fail. I mean true disasters. So, like, I actually have it saved up in here in this monstrosity of links, a Board Game Geek thread that is all about, like, some of the worst Kickstarter projects and what happened. And I do plan on going through those at some point. It's just right now, with a 2-year-old and working, 30 hours a week part-time, quote-unquote, it's just, I don't have the time. I do want to cover that stuff, though. I find it fascinating. Standard stretch goals, so plus the standard stretch goals, which hopefully we will mention very, very soon because we're already funded. So $45, I'm in. It looks good. Cool. I want to see a gameplay video. I want to see a rule booklet. But, okay, so $40 price jump. All right. That's big. Convince me. Metal family marker. Don't care. Metal first player token. Don't care. Metal coins. We're getting there. Acrylic gemstones. Cool. We're getting there. 120 premium acrylics. 5 nice tuck boxes. Okay. Doesn't feel great, but it feels reasonable, especially if I factor in stretch goals, which was why I would 100% put the stretch goals higher. You know, you're trying to convince me to buy it. Show me that it's worth more money. Add-ons. The add-ons are only available to backers with Guardians or Goddess Pledge. So heroic marble dice. So these aren't part of the deluxeification pledge. Interesting. Interesting, and there's not just like a third pledge that is all this plus that. That's a really weird choice. It flows really well. The bag building is interesting. You get a lot of options with how to use the tokens right out of the gate, which I like. Big fan of the low health as it keeps you on your toes. All right, I do like the fact. So I'm just reading this quote. In my mind, I like the fact knowing that these tokens are going to have multiple different uses for them. So there's a little tidbit of information about the game there. It's fine. Fine quote. Highlights, cool. Just show me that gameplay video. $50,000 were funded. We've got new chapter cards. What's that mean? Why am I excited? How much text is on this card? Why don't you show me a chapter card that actually has text on it that you can show me so I can be excited about it? Is this a new game? Is this, like, what is a chapter card? I don't feel like I've got a great grasp based on that video. And I go back to the video and how the video just, whatever, it looks generic. I didn't get, like, aside from the bag building. Wooden family marker. Cool. Oh, so this is to deluxify the family marker. Fine. Metal header token, deluxification, new mechanism. Wow. Now that one's way more exciting than the hard enamel token. I feel like that is a really disappointing stretch goal right there, the new mechanism, because that sounds spectacular, whereas these two I'm like, whatever. And that's a big chunk of money away. Like, honestly, that's a big chunk away. $52,000. Now, this is only day 2. But if we slow down, because once again, you're going to have the initial fans who come here very early. But then after that, you're hoping for word of mouth. You're hoping to create some buzz. And I don't feel like the video does it, at least in the board game sphere. Oh, there is an all-in. Okay. You know where I feel like the all-in pledge should be? Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm crazy. But why not right after the Standard Edition, Deluxe Edition? I don't know. The atmospheric of chaotic, intense hacking and slashing in dark dungeons is translated very well from its PC counterpart. The action is fast-paced, hordes of enemies fall at your feet. This is pretty much the exact same quote, but rephrased as the first quote. And fine. Yeah, the quotes aren't really doing much. So now we're talking about gameplay. Cool. Just hit me with those videos, especially the solo video, gameplay video, preview, flexible group. Jump right in. Start your adventure solo with as few as 2 players and adjust the group size as you progress throughout the campaign. That's hot. Wow. Holy, this should have been in the video, Batman. Holy, I don't feel like this should be buried this far down. This is a really big selling point, the fact that people can jump in and jump out in between games. That's a big thing. I would mention that. That and the fact that that is a campaign-driven game. I still don't feel like you spotlighted the fact that this is a campaign-driven game that well. You know, the fact that I'm 16 minutes in and now I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Where it's just quick catch-up. New characters can catch up quickly thanks to the shared skill bag, which already contains advanced tokens. This allows them to benefit from other players' progress and jump into the action sooner. Cool. Love it. So you're going to keep the same bag from campaign to campaign. Wow, I really feel like that video did not do... Like, the more I learn about this game, the more I feel like the video really screwed the pooch on this one. It's a thrilling journey for both fans of the original IP and newcomers alike, with straightforward rules, intriguing mechanics, and a strong emphasis on cooperation. The formatting choices on Kickstarter are very dubious sometimes, although the basic layout of the website does nobody any favors. No, it does not. Charting on Tabletopia, that's fantastic. Awesome. Rule booklet, great. So we got 2 things here. You got Tabletop Simulator coming soon. This is a game that will play quickly, but will keep a solo player engaged with the little tactical puzzles of how they want to best use their resources, and will keep multiplayers talkative and interesting. This is the first time someone's used the word puzzle. Cool to know for the solo specifically. I think that's one of the better quotes so far. It's not like super rules heavy, and everything is laid out well. The iconography is very well so that you're able to just really dive into it. Okay, I'm not going through all these quotes. So what is this?
Now just below the name.
Awesome. Gameplay. Previews. So you got everything you need here, it looks like. Boop, pop. Lots of videos. Shipping 15 to 17. Okay, so we're at $60. 60 to 62 for the base. So you have 3 pledge levels, allegedly. You should have 3 things here. You know, just it's a pet peeve, but you got 3 pledges. You should have 3 separate shipping areas, unless 15 is the least and 17 is the most. It's a minor thing, but it's annoying. So 110 people back the Guardians pledge, and then the big one we have 163. Wow, that's not good. That tells me you're not convincing people to back at that high, because once again, it's a $40 price jump, and it didn't feel great. And then in addition to it not feeling great, it felt even more not great when I saw that there were other deluxified things that I wasn't going to be getting in the deluxified box. It was just like immediately, just bam, slap in the face. By the way, a deluxe pledge, it's not really a deluxe pledge, it's kind of a deluxe pledge. And then Divine's pledge, 282, which once again, I wonder if they just added this after the fact, but put it up there after the deluxe pledge. That just makes sense, because that's a $30 price jump, and I'm getting playmats and dice. Still doesn't feel great. We're going to lump these two together, and we're going to go with 450 to 110. Okay. It's not breaking Bauer's Law, but it's definitely, I don't feel like they sold that pledge level very well. Play the video game, risk the challenge is cool. We're done. Out. I put that, definitely put those stretch goals higher now. Okay, FAQ, updates, comments, give it a grade. Ooh, organized, like Reload from Colossal Gabe. Love that. Love that. Wasn't expecting that. Does the game offer varying difficulty levels? Family Trial Mode features 2 levels of difficulty and different difficulties. Cool. Does the standard come with dual-layered boards? All editions include hero boards with dual-layered designs. What is the size of the box? Great. Good stuff. Thank you for an incredible first day. What have we unlocked? Thank you for your amazing support. I'd ask a question, because as you can see, no one engaged with this at all. I'm sure you got some hearts, but no one actually commented, because you didn't really give any room to comment. You just kind of talked at me. Actually, this was just posted today. I don't know what time. But still, if you don't give people the room to talk, most of them aren't going to talk. Alright, comments. Will this encourage the game developers to think about making more add-ons to the original game? Hey Gregory, while we can't confirm anything in this regard, we've gotten similar comments and sentiments, so this is definitely on our radar, and this would be a great place to kind of announce that to people too. Get them excited for it. I have to agree with Liege in this video. I don't see the goal visibly. Icons too tiny, and components should be wooden. Right now, too cheap looking. Wooden components would add to the experience. Pleasantly tactile. I would pay extra for wooden. Thanks for the feedback. We'll take a closer look at the icons of the player boards and see if they make is your pledge manager game found. We'd like to see another roguelike board game. Okay, so they're in here. They're doing good customer service. End of the day, though, final review, final grade for Children of Morta. Do I want it? I mean, I'm interested. The $45 price point's nice. And the more I learned about the game with like the campaign and the cooperative and the bag building and the puzzles, the solo thing, and yeah, it looks fun. I think if I'm a fan of the series, it's definitely a more resounding yes, but yeah, it looks like a fun game, and I think you've convinced me. I can look at the rule booklet, I can watch a gameplay video, I can look at a preview video, I can make an informed decision on your game. All that is accessible for me easily, so check mark on that. Ew, God, don't waste the back of your rule booklet. If you see this, please put something useful here. I hate that. They just swap these 2 pages out of something. Yeah, why not have the quick overview on the back? Okay. Can you do it? Yeah, once again, I'm not particularly worried about it. This doesn't look like a terribly difficult or complex game to manufacture. You know, there's not big chunks of plastic here. They got the one gold thing, which, you know, it looks like it could be straight off Alibaba. So I'm like I'm not saying that it is, but like if that were straight off Alibaba, would you be shocked? So yeah, I'm not too worried about the price. Can you do it? Yeah, I'll give it a check mark. Plus, they don't want a huge black eye on their name. Then how much is it? It's fine. It's a fine price. I don't feel like you sold me very well in the deluxification of it. I feel like you did a really just perplex. Like, why wouldn't you have all 3 of your editions there? That seems so weird to me. Yeah, how much is it? Seems it's fine. But everything else, like, it's just, it doesn't feel like... The main image is really hard to see anything at all from the outside. and the video is incredibly generic. It just doesn't get me excited, and I don't see this. I feel like this game could have had crossover appeal to much more gamers, and apparently they did too, based on the fact that they got all those videos done. But I just don't feel like this Kickstarter page really helped them. I guess there's just a period at the end of that. I don't think it really helped them. I feel like this game potentially deserved better than this Kickstarter page, and it definitely looks like it's a first-time Kickstarter page. It just doesn't... It's missing the it factor, and I don't feel like it's the game. I feel like it's the way they presented it here, which is unfortunate. So at the end of the day, C+, I think. That's fair. Man, that main image... video. Yeah, I think I'm a C+. I've seen a lot worse, seen a lot better. But it does look like a fun game, and I'm gonna go with a C. Like, I don't feel like this was. I don't feel like they really accentuated their best points very well at all. At least to the gamery crowd, you know. And you don't really have to accentuate that much to your crowd. Yeah, I'm going to go with a C. Let me know in the comments below. It's your final grade for Children's of Morta, the board game. And quick shout out, there will not be a show tomorrow as I will be spending thousands of dollars at an orthodontist. Yeah! Bye-bye.